Welcome back, everyone. I'm Shinigami Tabris, also known as Boomer, and tonight we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. We're not sponsored by anyone, so yeah, we're just gonna hop into this bullshit. What happened last week?
A lot of combat.
Yeah.
A lot.
We almost burned to death. That was
We're
fun.
in one place.
Our entire session took place of right of about 10 square miles.
I don't think it took that.
I didn't go from warehouse to graveyard. Or
Oh, yeah, warehouse to graveyard, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like...
From point A to point B.
Last session.
And point B was hell.
We got our shit rocked.
So let's give an actual recap. Other than, like, getting your ass beat.
So the Umbrals were there and they whooped our ass. At least I think that's what they're called. I don't know.
That's
They
what our
speak
language.
Umbral.
They speak Umbral, that is
I
correct.
don't know what the hell they're called.
They were like statue looking, and we chased after one, and
And got our shit rocked.
he said something about he called us a name.
He called us pigs.
Yeah.
After I tried to make peace.
Mhm. And so we fought, and there was a whole bunch of money, and then we fought Sabor.
We went downstairs farther into the mausoleum where C got impaled by a trap. Yeah. We then continued down the hallway afterwards. And there was somebody called the Life Taker.
Life Stealer.
Life
Life
Stealer.
Stealer.
It's
And
Life Stealer, not Life Taker.
and he had his own little mechanical man.
Who
It
had
wasn't little.
Fire.
He was
Yes,
big.
And apparently
I tried
that
to put
guy
out the fire. Didn't work.
apparently that guy has been around for about 1,000 years that we know of. Well, Nicola knows this. Because I did rewatch and that didn't get brought up. And thank you, Lord Barrick saved us, and
No, Lord Barrick did.
Lord Barrick saved us with his posse.
And then Nicola
And-
got in trouble.
Yep.
Yep.
We then found some dead people, some dead Knights of the Sun,
Y'all
We took
took
a
a
vow.
vow, except for me.
because you were trying to grave rob. And then we ran away from righteous skeletons. We ran like the cowards we are.
Yeah.
Made it back to the warehouse and promptly passed out.
Yep.
After paying Crusher a copper.
Yep. So, you were woken up by Kintar.
Did we get a full night's rest?
This was the short rest.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
It's like 5 p.m. right now.
You're right.
And it is, Kintar is shaking both Sig and Nicola. Charlie still gets to sleep.
Uh-oh.
And when he shakes both of you, when he shakes Sig, it's, "Hey, big man, you're in trouble."
Shit.
And then he, like, pokes Nicola, and "You're in trouble with someone else."
Oh no. Insert TikTok song. Oh no. Oh no.
And he hands Nicola a piece of paper.
Ooh, piece of paper.
Uh-oh.
Read some paper.
It's a summons from Lord Bjark.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So, who am I in trouble with?
You get to deal with that. I do not want anything to do with that. And Crusher would really like you to save him right now, probably.
I go ahead, stand up and start going to fight. Where is he?
Downstairs.
Oh shit. And there I go.
Nicola, what are you doing?
Well, that was interesting.
Does it say like right now or?
At your earliest convenience.
At least he's polite about yours. Dude.
Yeah.
Never show your face again.
Well, considering Lord Barrick said, good luck with your tuition,
Yeah, but I don't know if he knows about my deal with Lord Bjark, so.
No deal anymore.
Probably
I
not.
mean, he hired y'all. He knew y'all did magic.
Mm,
Yes?
he didn't
No.
know about.
No.
No?
No.
I went back and rewatched
Right.
episode 1 to figure that out too.
Yeah, the only thing is, while I was messing with the cogs while you guys were talking, I cast Mending, and that's the only thing I did.
Awesome.
Mm.
Yep. So,
Great!
yep.
Uh-oh.
So, what are you doing? Are you joining Sig, or are you heading straight to Lord Bjork's?
I'm trying to decide if I should bring them with me or go by myself.
Considering it was a piece of paper directly to you, I don't think he wants anybody else around.
You wouldn't have
Yeah,
a
but
copy
say, is
of the
it
other
just
one, would you?
addressed to me?
It is addressed to you.
Yeah, I'll grab my stuff and head downstairs, let Sieg know what's going on.
Okay. As you are going downstairs, you see, and Sig will see this as well. There is a young lady with long brunette hair with bright red, unnatural streaks going through it, tied up into a ponytail. What also catches you is the fact that her armor is all red and looks like it's made of scales.
Okay, so I was worried that was my backup character coming to arrest me. I was worried that was it.
She is there, like, berating Crusher, and he looks like he has seen worse days.
Uh-oh.
And Whistle is just sitting there at her feet, and she keeps patting him on the head as she's talking. And
Did Whistle rat us out? Whistle's gonna have more than just a broken beak.
and
I love him to death, but
You don't know about that.
as you guys start to come down the stairs, she whirls and So, I've heard that there are people causing problems. Okay, we're gonna get to this.
I would hope pleasure to meet you, but I have a feeling this is not going to be that.
Crusher, it was his fault. And like gets up and starts to leave, and she's, did I tell you to move? And he sits back down.
How can I help you?
I heard that you let my little birdie get hurt.
This is your little birdie.
And Whistle, I'm Whistle.
And now Whistle's playing like a fucking idiot. Great.
Well, we didn't let him get hurt. In fact, he saved our ass multiple times.
So you're taking him into problems? Okay, we're gonna have issues.
Oh my god. The sap
He
in this
didn't
woman.
have to come. We asked him if he would like to join.
Is this true? I'm Whistle. And now that you're hearing him,
Eyes are narrowing.
wait. As you're listening, you're starting to also notice that Whistle's voice and her voice are identical.
Oh,
You, big man, sit. And she points to a chair.
She is human, yes?
Yep.
Okay. I go ahead. Sit.
And she looks at you. Nicola, and she's...
Before I walk over there, I'm gonna go ahead and set my mason shield down before I walk over and sit in the chair.
She looks at you, Nicola, and she... And what do you have to do with all of this?
Is that what you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
They were helping me.
Then you can sit right with him. And, like, Crusher, he can have my seat. And she, no, get another one. Yes, ma'am. And he gets up and grabs a chair and sets it down. And sits right back down. And he, like, it is the, like, he's just looking at the floor.
I bet you guys are having a very strong talking to.
You're not getting out of this scot-free either.
I'm asleep. I don't know what you're talking about.
You are able to be boxed up and shipped.
So, you're taking my whistle to places he shouldn't go.
Did not know it was your whistle.
I whistle. Yes, your whistle. And she pats him on the head.
Whistle was, we were told that should we need him, he would assist us.
Your point.
He was also completely free to leave whenever he wanted.
Is this true? And I'm whistle. And she makes like a noise that sounds like a bird, and he starts to reply. And Crusher, no! English! Come in! And he's like hopping up and down.
Crusher. Just be calm. That way she doesn't kill us.
She killed you, not me.
You're sitting down with us, right?
Because she told me to.
There you go, you're in this too.
No!
Yep.
I'm not paying him to do stuff. You're paying him?
I thought we had to.
She looks down at Whistle and he like makes bird chirps back at her and she... You did what?
Wait, has he been extorting us?
No.
Even our... Never mind. I was like, even our child.
And she... We'll have a talk later. And...
I thought it was paying for services.
Well, if you're going to keep my Whistle around, you're going to have to keep better care of him.
I did honestly try my best.
Well, that was not good enough. If you're going to have to hire other people, then you're going to have to hire other people. Because if you're willing to just give him money, which he doesn't use properly to begin with, then you can afford to pay for other people to keep him safe.
Just like a mom.
Did we distract you?
Older sister.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you know what the hell the life stealer is? Ever heard of that?
No.
Okay. Oh shit. It was worth a shot. Give me 1 second, I need to change this. And I'll go ahead and just take my armor and clothing, the shirt off, and start addressing the bandages with the 3 holes that are in my chest right now. Now, I took to the face, not Whistle.
Yeah, I gave you some healing potion.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, at the end of it, he did.
You were.
No, I mean,
And
even at
what's-
the end of it is while they were
Yeah.
unconscious, I gave them the potions.
I know you took one. You gave one to Whistle.
I gave-
That Whistle pocketed.
No, everybody got one.
Oh,
That's how you guys came back around before
oh, I
4
thought
hours.
I thought we waited the full 4.
Nope, you only waited
Oh.
2.
Oh,
I thought we waited the full 4.
Nope.
My bad.
nope.
Alrighty then. Addressing my bandages. That's better. So, do you have any suggestions on where to find these people?
What people?
People to help us take better care of Whistle.
I'm sure Crusher can,
I'd rather. Crusher seems. Well, sorry, Crusher, about this. I have a feeling he might throw Whistle at things instead.
not with her around.
Not with her around, Crusher.
She, like, turns and looks at him, and he, like, puts his head down even further.
That's right. Shut your fucking mouth, Crusher. Shut your fucking mouth. I'm more than happy to throw Crusher under the bus right now. He cut us out. He cut us
Don't
out.
mind my asking, what's your name, by the way?
I go by Bashful now. And at this, like, you can see her face turns, like, beet red. But Whistle, you're Kira! I'm Whistle! And she, like, pops him on the head.
How close of a shade was it to those scales?
Pretty close.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Bashful.
Right. Likewise. I'm not here long. And, unfortunately, I'm finding that on my day to come and visit my lovely friend, that people have taken him out and caused him harm. And now I'm really upset.
I can see this.
So how are we going to rectify this?
By being more diligent.
Right.
By maybe hiring somebody.
That sounds like a good plan.
I asked where we could find these, and you said Crusher.
I'm sure he can help you find other people. Right, Crusher? Yes, ma'am.
I wonder how many times Kentar screwed this one over.
At this point, you hear somebody, "Hey, Bashful, where are you at?" And she, "Come in, Candle."
Handle?
And rounding the corner is a guy who's very tall, lanky, skinny, with bright red hair that looks like it's on fire.
Candle, Bashful, Whistle, Crusher, Ruby.
Why can't Candle's name be Pacifer?
Or Artigan.
Calcifer?
Yeah, Cassifer.
I don't know that reference.
I do, but
I'm just saying.
Like, I might know it, it's just it's buried so deep under nothingness that...
Howl's moving castle.
yeah. But Candle comes around the corner and we've got to get moving. Weezer and Bucket say we got to move out quickly. And but I wanted to spend time with my friend. No time, gotta move. And you look, he's also wearing armor that is identical to hers.
Before you do leave, where did you get your armor done at?
It's given to me by the company.
Fuck.
Which company?
You don't know of the Red Dragons?
I don't know. Do I know about the Red Dragons?
Give me a history check.
I'm kinda new to the city.
9.
You got no idea who they are?
I
Nope.
trained it.
Don't know who you are.
I'm sure Crusher can help inform you.
Oh.
Crusher, I have to leave. We've already discussed this once. If I come back and there's any problems with Whistle, I will remove arms next time.
Ooh.
Yes, Mom! And she, like, stands up, and she, Whistle, money. And he, like, holds up a coin purse to her. She opens it, flips through it, pulls out a little bit, hands it back to him. Don't be stupid. And turns and as she's leaving, she grabs a cloak, which is also bright red, and just walks out the door.
I like her.
That was interesting.
Do you really like her, even though she's
No,
scolded
not like
you?
that. She's a powerful woman.
Whistle at this. I'm Whistle. Okay. And when he says okay, it is that, every time that she did the okay, it's identical in,
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's that exact phrase.
Okay. 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 You're a little shit stain. But I love you.
After a couple of seconds, Crusher, finally picks his head up. Is she gone?
Wait for it. Oh no. Crusher duck. Not just fucking with you.
He, fuck you, and punches you real quick.
Oh no! She's coming for arms!
No, he rolled a 19 on his inside check.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just fucking with you. Fucking.
And he,
Okay. Well, that was interesting.
right. I have things to do.
Oh, but before you go, who are the Red Dragons? Aside from Bucket, Candle, and Bashful.
I have no idea who half of those are.
Those were her and the two she named off.
Right.
Who are the Red Dragons?
Oh, they're like mercenaries, but worse.
What?
Think army,
Oh.
but mercenaries.
Mercenary arm.
They're Bregandy Arth, but up on topsoil.
Yes.
I love it. I love this.
It's okay, I don't even understand it.
There's so many questions.
Okay. So you said you have stuff to do.
Right. She gave me a list. Yeah.
You'll be here later tonight, right?
Yes.
Okay.
If not, can Ty find me?
Gotcha. So, Nicola, where do you have to go?
I got a summons to Lord Bjark.
Oh, yay.
I'm
You
Whistle.
can come if you want.
I go?
If you want to.
You're more than welcome to follow us, but we're not telling you if you're coming or not. Since
Is she,
you plead ignorance. Or sorry, feign ignorance. I'll go wake up Charlie.
Whistle, does she know you're smarter than what you were just doing?
I'm Whistle.
Right.
I love
Well,
whistling.
it's still an hour.
I'm waking Charlie up.
Okay.
What do you want?
We need to go see Lord Bjark.
Why, though?
Apparently Nicola's in trouble.
Then he should deal with it, not us.
We'll go with him.
Why?
We are part of it. Plus, you were hired. To Lord Bjark's house! Yay!
Gonna be honest, it's like the weirdest soap opera I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, that's pretty damn accurate.
I mean, it is. I mean, it's like Huh.
That's pretty damn accurate.
Why do you look like you just got a lashing?
Because we did.
By
The normal
who?
one.
Probably my brand new piercings.
So you make your way to Lord Bjork's house.
Mhm.
Whistle follows not far behind. And it is one of those, the door opens when you get there. No one is there to open it for you, so it is a bit of that like awkward like,
Oh yeah, Whistle's not inside.
yep.
It's an awkward like.
Yep. And
He throws a bead of fireball at us for our brash stupidity.
after like Whistle goes into the like side room that everybody was waiting in that one time, the first time you guys all met each other and so forth, and just sits down and like starts playing with the napkins on the table. And it is again,
Master of origami.
yeah, it's fun watching Whistle like work, since all you're seeing is a cloak move around. And after a couple of minutes, the door on the backside opens and enters Lord Bjork. And he, so you brought everyone.
Small bow.
Wasn't sure if I needed to bring everyone or not.
I'm hiding behind you.
So, I got word that your excursion is going to cost me money.
That's the first I've heard of it.
So the barracks weren't involved?
Oh.
Yes, they were, but I didn't summon them there.
Right. So, your tuition has gone up by 20,000 gold.
Hmm.
Do you know why?
I assume because these two aren't registered.
And he looks at both of you. Is this true?
I just recently learned that I wouldn't be put to death if I went and got registered.
Right. And you?
I didn't know I was supposed to.
We've also been
Make a deception
out
check.
of town. We've also always been out of town at time of registration. Deliveries to East Hollow.
Right. Whistle. And Whistle, like, chirp, like, makes a bird chirp. Will you make sure that they get registered sooner than later?
He did it for me. I was about to ask.
And Whistle, like, makes a little nod. And while you're at it, he pulls a small pouch and hands it to Whistle. Get him one of the hats. And Whistle, like, chirps back at him again. And, so, the payment for what you've been doing, is going to be forfeited. Due to the fact that I have to, purchase you leeway.
I didn't know we were
Seems
getting
fair.
paid. We were. I didn't remember hearing it.
Because of these services, you will be compensated.
Oh,
Not anymore.
I didn't know. It was...
So, Is there anything that you have that you need to inform me of that Whistle hasn't already informed me of?
I don't know what Whistle has told you, so. And then I go into basically just a report of what occurred and what Lord Barrett told me.
And we found a cellar of some of those beetles down at the wharfs. Turns out, the one that you had in here, that the last one, was highly illegal.
Well, it figures as much.
Okay.
But
Y'all are detailed. Damn.
the cellar's name is the Dark Man.
Right.
That's what we got.
How many notebooks you got?
And then,
At least this one.
likewise with the first one, when we tried to inspect it
Sorry,
and go
Sarah.
into more detail, it also exploded.
Wow. Okay.
But unlike
They
the
just keep
first one,
track
this
of
one
where
didn't
you're at,
transform.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Hmm.
And
He also informed us that he has already sold many to
What's the
different
last
people that are throughout the city. It may prove a lot more difficult or almost impossible to track these down and find them.
You don't have to track all of them. Just who's making them.
I thought you wanted us to find them.
Mm-hmm.
Understood. So,
thank you. Oh, okay.
We also found where those parts are coming from.
Yeah,
Really
that's not what I was
simple.
thinking.
Well, that's a start.
when we were following our leads from the warehouse, it brought us to a mausoleum where there's extremely pale, almost white-skinned, pointy-eared people with different colored eyes. They attacked us, called us pigs, and that they would serve their mistress. Unfortunately, we're not able to settle things peacefully. And when we continued on, because we heard more noise coming from deeper within, there was somebody down there called the Life Stealer.
Right.
You know what that is?
No, but I have someone researching for it.
Understood. Trying to think if there's any more information.
I think we pretty much covered it.
I do have this very old journal, if you'd like it. I'll pull out the journal of Sir Nicholas.
He takes it and starts flipping through it, and I could add this to my collection.
Noise.
Do you want payment for it?
Consider it part of this whole
Excellent.
situation.
And he closes it and sets it on a table next to him. I have other business meetings to take care of. If there's nothing more you need me for.
Shall we go?
Yes.
He picks up the book, turns, and goes out the doors that he came, and Whistle makes a couple of bird calls, and he flips his hand in a motion of bye or whatever. And as he does, also the doors behind him shut.
And so,
So where are you guys headed?
I don't like being scolded by the adults. For all I know, might not even be as old as me.
Lord Bjork is definitely older than you.
Okay.
Bashful,
Kira.
or Kira,
I should have
is
just called her Kira the entire time. It's bashful. Sure thing, Kira. Whatever.
is probably in her early 30s.
How old's your character?
29.
Okay.
Tired of getting scolded by the adults. Fuck you, Kira. You have a friend. I have this thing.
Nothing.
Anyway, so what are you guys doing?
Yes,
What time of day is it now?
because it's nowhere near as late as I thought it was.
No, it's getting nightfall at this point.
Okay, yeah.
I want to go back to bed.
To the warehouse. Away.
Yeah.
We've
Head back to the
already paid
warehouse.
for that.
We'll probably have to pay
Rest
again.
up.
Crusher can fuck off this time.
So you get to the warehouse. Crusher is nowhere to be seen.
Yep.
Kentar. You survived! Congratulations! So, what are we here for this time?
I'm just going straight up. It's time for bed.
Finish resting.
Those two have rooms. You have a room elsewhere, Nicola.
He was a human boy.
But I could crash here
Stay
too.
somewhere else.
Well, you can, but that would be, you're paying your rent, over at the home. I figured you'd want to, use, that money up properly instead of, paying for here.
Fair. See y'all in the morning.
Not to mention, last I remember, it's coming close to your time to cook.
That was today.
No, that was today.
Ah, so Ruby took care of you as well. See you in the morning, I'm guessing?
Yes, you will.
And as you turn around, I'm guessing, to go to the hole, Kintar prances up the stairs behind you guys. So, what can I get you? Your copper doesn't get you too far, except the bedrolls on the floor. You want anything else, it's gonna cost you.
I don't want anything. I just want to go to bed.
Don't want a meal?
I hand him
Little
2
bit to
silver
drink?
for meal.
Ooh, 2 silver. What would you like?
I didn't know there were options. I thought it was kind of like a tavern where it's like, get what you fucking get. Food and drink, please.
My choice?
Your choice.
You want the full silver paid, or do I get a tip?
You get the tip.
Hmm.
No, I said he gets the tip.
Yeah.
Is now that I'm giving him extra money?
He's hoping you'd give him more than just the 2 silver.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, my bad. I hand him 2 more.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
At that, he perks up and ooh. Are you sure the young lady doesn't want anything?
I'm already asleep.
What kind of ale do you like?
Frankly, I've only had the cheap shit over at East Hollow.
That's
Never had
right.
anything better.
I'll be back. 2 shakes of lamb's tails. And, he runs down the stairs, and you hear him, scurry out. And the door shuts behind him. It takes a couple of minutes, and then he comes back, and he's got a plate and a mug. And he sets it down on the table that's in the room. And he's, Your meal is ready, sir.
Thank you, Kendar.
Mhm.
And
Anything
I
else I can get you?
can't think of anything.
Good, good. And if you need me, I'll be in the other office.
Thank you, sir.
And he walks out the door.
I'm
What
still
he-
recovering from a scolding
Yeah,
twice.
what he's brought you is a pretty decent sized tankard of ale.
Mhm.
What looks like mutton with some potatoes and carrots and a small slice of bread.
Yeah. And I dig in.
This is actually better ale than you've ever had.
delicious.
Everybody gets their night's rest,
Sprinkled with dust
so
of
you can
delicious.
press that wonderful long rest button now.
Huzzah.
So this is under
I'm
bonus too?
also, before I go to sleep, I will take an hour and 10 minutes and summon Pixel back.
Okay. Your kitty cat has been brought back.
Did you pay your 50 gold?
I mean, like I said, I have the supplies
Oh.
for one more summon.
Oh.
Now I'm going to have to go get more.
I'm gonna step outside.
It's not 50, it's just 10.
Oh, I thought it was 50 gold worth of incense.
Nope, just 10.
Oh.
So,
Oh, maybe because I'm a conjurer? Maybe it's cheaper? I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably why.
do you want to do anything, Nicola, before you leave the hole?
Eat breakfast, since, I'm already
Already there.
paying.
Yep.
Yeah.
You wake up. Ruby has food ready and prepared. Crusher is there.
Ruby is such a fucking saint.
And Crusher, as you come out, So, are you okay?
Yes. Still hired by Lord Bjark, so, there's that.
Good. I didn't want new roommate.
We've got to get those two registered, though, so I can not cause any more trouble.
That not my problem.
No, it's Whistles.
Apparently I get a nifty hat, too.
Probably a hat of disguise or something.
No, it's a hat of just astonishment.
No, it's probably a disguise
It's a
hat.
2-foot tall top hat.
Nah, I think you'd look better in a fedora.
Okay, this isn't Balthazar. He's not dressing up as a pimp.
So, anything else, Nicola?
Is Crusher still there, or is he left?
No, he's still there.
Absolutely.
He's like
Okay.
slopping through food.
Is Whistle showing up at all?
No.
So Ruby, we met Bashful. Are you familiar with her?
Yes.
She's an interesting character, huh?
You could say that. She, surprising in town. She went on to find better things.
Hmm.
I'm guessing she and Whistle have a major background, though.
She
She got
rescued
very angry with us.
She rescued Whistle from, dying.
I'll fix it.
Don't worry, we got it.
No, you're not, Brian.
Sure I am.
Sorry, there's a lot of shit at work today.
What? Why are you asking about Whistle and Kira?
Because she gave us a tongue lashing for involving Whistle in our doings.
Ah,
So usually somebody cares for someone else when they do that. I was just trying to see what the connection was.
right. Whistle was very young when she found her. So it's like a big sister or a mother?
Yeah, that was the vibe I was getting.
I would still steer clear of her if you're on her bad side.
Oh, yes, I've definitely picked up on
Isn't that right, Crusher? Yes.
I guess they hate each other.
that. The whole time we're having this conversation, Crusher's just staring into his bowl.
Oh yeah, he is.
It's like when you say her name 3 times in a mirror, she appears.
Ruby, like, comes up behind Crusher and, like, touches a scar on the top of his head. And she goes, "This is due to Kira." And he, "You don't have to remind me."
Oh, I'm not reminding you, warning him.
Poor guys.
Is there anything else you need to know about her?
I mean, the Red Dragons, do you know anything about them? Like, is that also somebody we need to steer clear of?
It depends. Some think that they're a godsend. Easy money, constant work. Others think that they're a blight on society. They go where the money is. They cause the problems. They change rulers. But they have a code of sorts, so can't be that bad, can it?
So we'll find out. No, I don't think I have anything else at the moment. Unless, of course, Ruby, you've heard of somebody called the Life Stealer.
No, that name escapes me. Someone I should know.
Just apparently somebody very old and very crazy.
So dangerous, not crazy.
Very, very dangerous and crazy.
When you say that, Crusher, sounds like friend.
Mm-mm. Introduce you someday. We'll introduce you someday.
Why don't you come with us next time, Crusher? It'll be fun. It'll be great.
Where would I find shops for like magic components or spell?
Are you asking DM or are you asking Ruby?
Ruby.
Oh, there's a couple of them around. Is there anything in particular you're aiming for?
Well, I just need to get some more components in case I, lose my cat. to an explosion. Um,
Ah,
but also I'd like to, you know, see what spells might be being sold and something I could learn.
uh, there's a few shops I could recommend. Whistle will know most of them, and could probably point you in the right directions.
Okay.
And if you're fine dealing with others that are not like you, Whistle can get you to a special place.
Aha. Ask Whistle about special.
Hey, Whistle, can you show me your special place?
Mm.
Yeah, see that going really well. Kira! Hey, this time it wasn't me. It was Nicola. He was asking about Whistle's special place.
And after that, I will finish up and head to the warehouse.
As you're leaving, Crusher goes in the opposite direction.
Probably still working on that list she gave me yesterday.
Either that or he got called into Lord Bjark.
Sigurd and Charlie, you're awakened by the smell of what might be breakfast.
My stomach gurgles at the moment.
Yeah, he went to bed without eating. Dummy.
I was tired.
Dummy. I go ahead, do my spells, do my little ritual, get dressed, and head on down.
You don't even have to head down. Sitting on the table that's in the room with you, because it's a single room with mats and a table. Sitting on the table are 2 plates with 1 large sausage on each, and 2 cups with what might be water in them. It's questionable because it's colored.
Breakfast ale. Maybe.
Maybe.
Or it's a really weird way of doing tea. You know, a Cressian breakfast tea. Very nice. Very smooth and mellow. I go ahead and sit down. Start eating. Nom.
Sausage isn't anything to talk about. It's cold.
It's meat.
The drink is definitely could have had flavor to it at some point. You think if it's like tea, it's probably the dregs of tea, like the bottom of where there's no flavor but a little bit of color to it.
That's fine. Or he went out to the wharfs and just dipped it in.
And quite possibly.
Nah, that'd taste like failure and poverty.
Oh.
Because that's where everybody washes.
Ew.
Has a
Now,
distinct
are you
flavor of Newtown.
regretting staying at the warehouse or
Nope.
staying at your old place?
I regret nothing.
I regret nothing.
Old place was tentative anyways. That may or may not even exist. Alright. Well, we have this. Shall we meet up with Nicola?
I figured he was just gonna come here.
I don't know. We didn't really talk about that.
Well, he said he'd see us tomorrow.
I said I would see you here. Yeah.
Oh,
See you there
my
tomorrow,
bad.
that's what I said.
I only heard I'll see you tomorrow. So I'm
You
like,
don't
I don't know what we
listen.
mean. He's human. I don't have to. You're different. You're a small one. You can still learn.
Smack.
You haven't developed any signs of racism yet. You're good. Alright. In the meantime, I guess I'll help downstairs, waiting on Nicola.
As you go downstairs, you see that the warehouse side that you're on is closed.
Interesting. What about the other side?
You'll have to. You're gonna go across to the other side.
Yeah.
Are you going from the ground floor or from
the balcony?
the balcony? As you open the door to the other side, and it's one of those. You open the go through the hallway, and there's hustle and bustle over there. Both one side of the warehouse is wide open. It looks like Kentar has set up a full shop.
Nice.
And he is selling all sorts of things. Lanterns, rope, food,
Oh my God, we have a general
rations.
store.
Yep.
Sweet. I go ahead and just start helping him out, like moving crates, anything he needs me to do.
As you start to touch stuff, he turns and he's hands down.
You don't want me to move anything for you?
Not yet.
Okay. I stand behind him menacingly. Nobody fucks with Kentar.
Make sure no shoplifters are there. You just standing there like.
Make sure there's no Charlie types in here, aside from Charlie.
As Charlie comes around the corner, he looks at you, looks at her, and I'm watching you both.
Okay.
I don't steal from stores. Just dead people.
How about you just drop off the from stores? That'd be great.
So, it is one of those, there's people that are coming in, they're trying to pick up some items. He but it's nothing real big gets moved around.
Mhm.
And after, a couple of them come in, and they definitely do not look like when they're asking for what they're asking for, you're just like, huh? It definitely does not fit the stereotype of what they should be getting. And every time that one of those comes around...
Oh, follow me, take him to the other side.
No, it's not even that. He sells them what they're getting, but he also, puts it in a large box. That it definitely... is larger than it should be for what they purchased.
That's how he's getting rid of the black market. Nice.
And that's about the few times, there's once that he's he'll turn to you, Sig, and he's, get that box.
Done.
And it's, he takes the box, he, barely opens the lid, throws, a ton of rope in on top of it, and then shuts it back.
Nice.
And then just hands the box over to the guy, and it's the... but that's the gist of what's going on until Nicholas shows up.
Huzzah! Greetings.
Hello.
Hello.
There we go.
What do?
Alright. So, we have options.
We followed the map.
Yes.
We don't have that to do anymore.
We could go to the library, look up everything that we can. I need to do a little bit of shopping. And I kind of need your expertise on it, Nicola.
What expertise is that?
It's, components, stuff like that.
Ah,
I'm Whistle.
gotcha.
There he is!
Hey!
Whistle. And also, Charlie and I have to get registered as soon as possible. Hello, Whistle.
Hello.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Fucking prick.
No, he's a baby.
He deserves to have his beak busted more.
That's me.
I love him to death, but he threw us under the bus so damn hard. Sorry, threw us under the carriage.
He threw you guys under the carriage.
We left you alone. You're welcome.
I wasn't involved.
Sell you to Lord. I'll go over there and pay for a down payment. Just make them speed up the process of your little tutu.
It's not Tutu.
I know. So, which do we do first?
Well, Whistle, have you got them set up to register?
Maybe.
When are we
What are
going
we
to?
supposed to?
Don't know.
Are you trying to extort more money out of us?
No.
Was it no or no?
He was thinking about it and he was like, no.
Right. So there's that components. Where would we go to go get registered?
Town.
We are in town.
Center.
Ah,
The town center? Or the actual center of the town?
He walks out and like points, and he's pointing in the general direction of the castle.
Cool.
Sweet. Does he get a cool hat yet?
No.
no, fuck you.
Whistle, Ruby told me that you knew of a special magic shop.
Yeah.
Is that anywhere near where we're going?
And then you gotta...
Maybe.
The latch right there next to the knob. If you push that in,
No,
Down.
down. Down further.
one more down.
Not that
Oh,
hard.
that works.
Whatever.
Something did. Restroom.
Alright.
Because
Maybe.
if it is, then we can go either after or before, whichever comes first, I guess.
Okay.
Now whistle. I'd like for you to lead us there, but if anything dangerous happens, hide yourself or run away. I don't want to deal with Bashful again. That was fucking terrifying.
Okay.
And I hand him a gold piece.
He
Lead the way.
slides it down and takes you through the town. And that's where we're going to take our quick little break. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes. We're going to go grab something to drink, stretch our legs, and we'll be back with the continuation of this in just a few minutes. See you guys shortly.
What?
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Shogami Tavris. Sorry for the long wait. We were having discussions about different things. Last we left off, the players were headed to town. One, to get registered as magic users, and two, looking for items for their magic.
Yes.
The first place that Whistle takes you is a shop with no sign and a red door.
Is it
Elizabeth
is it
Orton.
the same one that I've been going to?
It is.
Yes.
One at a time.
He knocks on the door and opens the door, and it is that same shop that you guys all came to the one time. And as you enter the door, you hear a small bell ring.
Ding, 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 ding.
There's no bell visible anywhere. And after a couple of minutes, coming down the stairs is the gentleman that's tall, lanky, and
You all
a
get
bit
to suffer
awkward.
as I have.
to stare at.
You all get to suffer as I have.
And he comes down and looks. The lady sends me. Can I help you?
Nicola, would you like to go first?
Sure. I need to get about 30 gold worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs.
Right.
And then, if you have any spells that are for sale, I'd like to see what you have.
Scrolls.
He reaches over and grabs a small platter and puts it on the counter. And it's awkward watching his fingers wrap around this platter. And he sets it down. And you watch as the long, and it is abnormally long fingers start to stretch around. And he, your gold.
I'll put out 30 gold.
And when you do, he then reaches under again, and it's so weird. I cannot describe how, other than saying weird and awkward, of watching these fingers wrap around things, and it looks like they wrap around it multiple times as it, and he pulls it up and like sets it down, and he puts you the incense and herbs and things that you need, and he pulls the gold towards him. Scrolls? What exactly are you looking for?
Let's see. That's what I've been looking at while we were all talking. Of course, I've lost the one I was wanting. Of course, now. I was trying to just hope that maybe he'd have an offer. So now I'm trying to look.
As you're pondering this, Whistle walks up and like puts a note on the table, and you watch as the hand, he doesn't pick it up with his fingertips as much as he picks it up more like he palms it and like rotates it around and looks at like, and then the fingers on the other hand like come in and spindly like pull it open. And it's like watching a spider open things or move things. The awkwardness of the like just using just the tips to like move, and
I kind of imagine each segment of the finger being like the length of two of ours.
I mean that's a good example because like his fingers basically come
Yep.
out like that.
Yep.
And He looks at the note and then closes it and puts it back down. And he, 1 second, sir. And he goes up the stairs. And the whole time you're just sitting in a shop that's vacant. There's nothing on the walls. There's just the counter.
I like.
While he's
the wall.
gone, I do want to take one finger and kind of push into the counter. Because I see them reaching into the counter and pulling stuff out. So it's like
It's solid.
weird. So strange.
He comes back down and he's got what looks like a little beanie.
You get a beanie.
And
Yeah, bro.
he sets it down and your payment 400. And Whistle like pulls out the pouch that was handed to him and like plops it down and then opens it and pulls out a little bit of gold and then leaves the pouch, and you watch as the spindly fingers then start to like pull the gold out and start to count it. And the gold never, when he pulls it out and like pulls it towards his face, it never actually comes up to his full face, and he's still staring straight ahead as it like he basically pulls it to what would be his neck and looks at it and like counts like that. And it's so awkward watching him as he never really looks at you. He's just staring out into space.
It's like this.
Stephen King needful things kind of
Love it.
And after he's counted the gold, he takes it and puts his hand on the pouch and pushes down, and it sinks into the counter. And he's, your purchase. And Whistle, like, takes it and just holds it up to Sigurd.
I feel like it would kind of be like a Yamacon scene.
It's big enough that you could.
Hey, fist my fat ass head. Sweet. Thank you.
Put it on.
What is this?
Mm,
If they can tell me without me having to cast Identify, that's awesome.
he asked for a hat that has many faces.
Hey! It's a hat of disguise self.
Yep.
No, it's just a dope ass top hat.
It's a hat of
That's what it will be forever.
So what?
Hat of disguise self.
Okay, okay.
Yay! Thank you. Whistle. Thank you, Blood Bjark, and thank you. Never got your name. I also need 2 platinum bands worth 50 gold each.
He pulls out a new tray
Mm-hmm.
and sets it down.
Huzzah.
Your gold.
I pay the 100 gold.
After he counts out, again watching the spindly fingers count out the gold that you put out, he goes over to another part of the wall, and it looks like he reaches into the wall, and he pulls out 2 bangles of platinum.
Huzzah! That's actually all I needed.
Your
Understand.
spells, sir.
You have a platinum band worth 50 gold.
Why do I have one?
So I'm looking to see if you have blur, hold person, mirror image. Actually, I need to know how much each of these would cost before I give you more of them, but for second level, first level spells, whatever the interpretation would be.
Blur. 100 gold. Hold person. 75. Mirror image. 120.
Two others. Floating disc and acid air.
What are those from?
So you can look at Tensor's floating disk and Melf's acid arrow.
Yeah.
One of the things with D&D Beyond is a few of the spells, they have variants where they got rid of the first name.
I don't see tensors at all.
Really?
Tensors,
Huh.
I believe, is a
Okay,
first level.
that's weird. Yeah, I'm not unless it's in the verse. Sensors. It's in the player's handbook.
Mm-mm.
Tensor's floating disk, first level.
Oh, is it first level?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
As is, oh no,
Acid arrow. is
acid
second.
arrow is second.
Floating disc. 50 gold. Acid arrow. 75.
Wait, so if you buy a spell, does that mean it's added to your spell slots?
Wizards can do that.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's one of the cool things about wizards. They can just add and add and add as long as they have gold and supplies.
So, like, what about the spell slots?
He doesn't get any extra spell slots. He just has more to choose from.
Oh, okay.
So the way that when a wizard levels up, they get one spell for free that he doesn't have to pay for.
I had two.
Is it 2?
Yeah.
Per level.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 2 per level.
All other spells that he wants to learn, he has to either find a book that has them already in it, or buy the spell scroll itself and learn it from there.
Oh, okay.
And if he's using a spell scroll to do it, he uses the spell scroll and it destroys the scroll while copying it over.
Oh.
So it's not I get to buy the scroll, like copy it over and then use the scroll. No.
Nope.
As soon as you copy it over, it kills the magic in it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to D&D. And
You also have to have special paper and ink to copy over.
yeah.
Mm. So when you use that paper, does that mean it disappears when you...
No, because it becomes part of your book.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now, actually, you don't have to have special paper and ink.
Really?
Say your book is made of stone.
Oh, okay.
You just have to pay the same amount of gold in stone as the paper and ink.
Now I can't help but think of anything except for a super buff wizard that's dragging around an obelisk that has every spell.
So that's actually a thing that they talk about, and it's basically, instead of thinking of it that way, think of it more like the Moses and the Ten Commandments.
Okay. I need at some point in my life to see somebody play a wizard that has witty comebacks or one-liners. This spells disaster.
Oh, God.
Aw.
Team Rocket off again.
Yep.
He produces a few of those scrolls. He does not produce all of them.
I'm not sure I like the cast of this show.
Stop.
Right? He said- I'll stop. I knew it. I knew it was coming. How much?
Huh?
How much do I take?
Nothing.
Oh. Like how
I
much
feel
psychic damage-
Everyone
yeah.
else needs to take psychic damage from that crap.
Okay, so he produces the scroll for Tensor's floating disc. He does not produce one for Blur. He does not produce one for Acid Arrow. He does produce one for mirror image. He does produce one for whole person.
Decisions.
Which one would be the most useful to you?
Well, they would all be useful in some form or fashion.
I can save you money. You
Yeah.
don't get what you want exactly. And he walks
How
over
does that work?
to a wall, and he reaches in and pulls out a small book and sets it down on the table. And when he sets it down, his fingers stay on the book. And a bygone, lost, book stayed.
How much?
200.
And that has more spells in there?
A few.
Haha, they're all 9th level spells.
Yeah. No, I'll do it.
Okay. Ready for your spell list?
Yes.
There are the cantrips, Firebolt, and Friends. First level spells. You have Alarm, Comprehend Languages, Featherfall, and Tensor's Floating Disc.
Okay, it's not Bolo's book.
In second level, you have Hold Person, Blindness and Deafness, Alter Self,
Not that I know of. Give me the book.
there's a third level spell that you cannot understand.
Not without languages, maybe. Or it's just too advanced.
It's like gibberish and all that.
Ah,
Yeah.
Do you know what this last one is?
Are you able to cast third level spells yet?
no.
No?
No.
Not for another 2 levels.
He looks at it and he. 1 second. And he reaches over and pulls out of the out of the counter. He pulls these weird glasses. And he holds them up again to his neck and not to his face. And this is the first time you see the head sort of tilt down. And he haste.
Nice.
I thank you very much for this book.
Nice. You have all the gold you need for it?
Yeah, I had the 200 there.
Okay.
Now, keep in mind, you now own this book, but you still have to copy the spells from this book to your book for you to be able to cast it.
Right.
Hey, we can take a day in doing this, and Charlie can build her robot.
Well, I guess it costs as well to transfer over.
It does.
So this is a long-term project.
It is, and that's the downfall of buying and it is, even if you're buying scrolls or buying any way of getting a spell from someone else, you still have to write it over. Some people will let you copy them for free, but of course, a magic shop is not in the thing of giving magic for free.
Right.
Everything has a price.
But only good thing is because I'm a conjuration savant, the golden time spent copying those over is cut in half. So.
Yeah, so any of them that are conjuration spells.
Well, you can help
What
me
would
if
how would I
my
determine
robot
what the
dies
cost
with
is?
mending.
Just what-
It's in the player's handbook.
So you are
Oh,
useful.
dollars.
'Cause I want to say it's 50 gold per spell level.
That
Um,
makes sense.
and then if it's a conjuration spell, it's only 25 gold per spell
Gotcha.
level. If I remember correctly.
Working on it.
Yes. Each level spell process takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold.
So, like a second level spell takes 100 gold and 4 hours to process.
So see, basically it's not me just copying. I'm doing like freaking trigonometry and differential equations.
Yes.
Nah, man, you're just drawing
All
dick
that.
pics the entire time.
So, in the game where Stuart Barrick,
I just want to make
the
Connor.
character that I had recently that's a wizard, all of my
Yeah.
other players that were playing with me were buying, like, we were using the strongholds and followers stuff. They were buying, like, they built shops. And they're like, where's all your money going? Like, you're making more money than us and you're poor all the time. I'm like, I have to get new spells, you fucks!
I need all the
I
knowledge.
just pray, yo.
Yeah.
Dude, I really just
I just
wanna make
pray, but I
Connor
don't know who I'm
a
praying to.
Jimmy Neutron. So bad.
You could make Bender.
Your knowledge
I
domain,
love
right?
Bender.
No?
Forge.
Forge?
I am of a domain that does not currently have anyone.
Oh, that's right.
The only person that might be presiding over it is Dundare.
None of those words made sense to me, but it's okay.
So, the type of cleric that I am is in a spot called the Forge domain.
Okay.
The list of gods have, let's see. So, the Order of Knowledge is headed by Fosm.
Mhm.
And one of his saints is named Dundare. He's the saint of crafting.
Mhm.
That's the closest thing that might have given me any of my clerical powers.
Oh, okay.
But this character is not pious or religious or anything like that. He was just a blacksmith.
Okay.
And a little bit before he met Charlie, this happened to him.
Okay. Oh, I
Dude, I'm gonna start with making Gonard and then improving it at level 9 to be an actual dog.
Oh, you don't want Bender?
Are there anything else you need?
It doesn't say I need anything.
No, thank you, sir.
I think Sieg, you needed some components.
Already got him.
Oh, okay. Then I think that is all.
You watch as he, like, awkwardly steeples his fingers. And it is watching as they, like, collide and then, like, go up.
There's a character with those fingers, and I can't think of it in my head, though. I can't name it yet.
And we welcome your patronage. The lady will enjoy your gold. And at this, he takes once you've cleared everything off of the platter from yours, Nicola, he pushes on the platter, and all the gold and the platter sink into the
How does this work?
counter.
I give a small bow, thank him, and I go ahead and head out. As I turn around and watch as everybody's leaving, and I'm just looking because I want to catch a glimpse. Was I going crazy when I saw the yellow eyes or not?
as the door shuts, he's just still standing there.
Hag Raven fingers. That's it. It's the fucking Hag Raven fingers.
Whistle. Okay.
And please be sure to put down that you have that platinum band in your inventory, because that thing's expensive.
Well, I can't. It won't let me add it unless I put it under other
Other
options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it down. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
So Whistle starts to like maneuver you all the way through the town. And
Do I have to be sitting down the entire time to attune? Or can I attune on a walk?
No, you have
Okay.
to. Attunement has to take place during a short rest or
Okay.
a long rest. Because you have to spend 30 minutes concentrating. Attunement is a 30-minute process of concentrating and communing with that item.
Okay. Now the question is, what do I make myself look like?
Uh,
A handsome young man.
No. Not a handsome young man.
anyways,
Better.
when you get to the castle, Whistle steps up to the there's a line, and he looks at the line, and you can see that he's looking around, and he goes over to another one of the doors and like knocks on it, and the door opens, and inside is a little like stubby older gentleman. And he, what do you want? And Whistle, okay. Ah, mute. Oh. What do you want?
We need to be.
Is this the registration office?
Right.
It is.
Who's paying?
I am guessing me.
At this, Whistle. I'm Whistle. That's right, mute.
Fuck this guy.
How much is it?
How much is it?
For you?
Fucking bitch.
Oh,
Hey, Whistle, did Lord Bjork get you something to pay for that?
Maybe.
Please hand that over to them.
Okay. And Whistle like pulls out a small pouch,
Mhm.
and he. Just you?
How much for her?
We're good. And he like pockets the whole pouch, and Whistle. And he what mute? Okay.
oh.
That's what Whistle gets. That's all the punishment I needed for Whistle.
He opens the door fully. In. Nicola, are you going in with him?
Yeah, might as well.
Whistle, like, as you're starting to go in, he, like, tugs on your thing and points, like, and he waves.
So I guess he's saying I stay here.
I'm staying here. I'm not
Okay.
watching this.
The short, stubby man carries you down a couple of hallways, and he opens a door, and he big guy. Don't touch anything.
That just makes me want to touch things more. I don't say that out loud, but I nod my head and I stand still.
He like
Oh, I thought he was
he
pointing
points-
at stuff not to touch.
no, he points for you to go in the room. Basically,
Okay, I go in.
he shuts the door behind you. And then he walks down 2 doors and opens it, and you're in here.
I go in.
And
You're allowed to touch stuff.
and he looks at Nicola, and what do you want?
I was just escorting. If I need to stay back outside, I will.
Which one are you with?
Both of them?
Good luck. And he shuts the door and starts to like waddle back down the hallway. So it's your choice on which one you want to go into.
Do I go with the non-human or do I go with the child?
It's a lose-lose situation for you.
Yeah.
You're either a racist or you don't care about children.
Child.
Do what?
So I'll feel a little more protective of the child and make sure they don't hurt him.
Okay.
Racist it
He
is.
can bash someone.
So, to describe the room for everybody, both rooms are identical. They have a table with multiple, what look like daggers across them. They're all different colored and different shaped. There are also 3 different pairs of glasses that are all different colored as well. And there's a chair to sit in, and that's it.
Daggers, glasses, and a chair.
Sig is immediately nervous.
And Charlie's like, ooh, shiny.
I was told not to touch anything.
You sit and wait, or are you just standing?
I'm
and
standing and waiting. Standing in front of the chair in front of where you would sit,
waiting? Yeah.
but I'm standing and waiting. I was told not to touch anything.
Okay.
And now I see sharp, pointy objects that might kill me.
I think the daggers are really just to tell what kind of spellcaster you are.
Mm-hmm. Sig doesn't know this, and for the entirety of his life, until yesterday, he thought that he would be killed if he had magic. And then he walks into here, and there's glasses and knives.
So after a couple of minutes of waiting, the door opens again for Sigurd, and in comes a short, young lady
Mhm.
with blonde hair, and oh, you're big. Right. So, you can have a seat.
I nod and slowly sit down. My knees are up to here.
So, you are showing signs of magic.
Yes.
Do you know how you cast magic?
I honestly have no idea. I
Right.
think about it and the words or hand signs just kind of come to me.
Is it destructive or repaired?
Both.
Okay. She walks over and
I mean, mending, cure wounds, searing smite, guiding bolt.
right.
Now, heat metal, spiritual weapon.
She walks over to the table and starts looking at things, and she picks up one of the glasses and puts them on, and like turns back and looks at you, and she, not these, and like sets them down, picks up the other pair. Oh, okay. So, I'm gonna need to go get somebody else to take care of this one, and she puts them back down. You'll need to wait. He will not be kind to you.
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
And she opens the door and like goes back out, and you guys, after a couple of like, you've waited even longer. The same lady comes into your room, and she, oh, there's two of you. I was only told that there's one.
It's
Right.
just her. I'm
So,
helping be a guardian.
good. You've started using magic. How did this come about?
Oh, good question.
How did yours come about? Mine just kind of showed up.
I start tinkering with things and magical things happen.
Is it destructive or reparative?
That's an interesting question considering every magic class has both.
I mean, for me, for my stuff, I have 3 destructive ones, and then the rest is just like protective.
So both.
Yeah.
So, right.
Yours is arcane in nature.
She picks up the first set of glasses, and she turns around and looks at you, and she, excellent. So, you say you tinker with things.
Mhm.
This'll, we'll need you to hold out your hand. And it might hurt a little bit, but I will try not to hurt you too well. And she like picks up one of the daggers, and like she just barely pricks your finger. And she, don't move.
Lucky you.
And she like she's fiddling with the glasses a little bit, and she reaches over and grabs the other pair, and like basically she holds them up and looks at keeps looking at it, and she, okay, and she grabs another dagger and pricks another finger, and she, excellent. So, and she, at this, she like taps the table, and a piece of paper appears, and she pulls it, and she starts to scribble some stuff on it, and she's, and your name?
Charlie.
Is that a nickname?
No, that's my actual name.
Right. Last name?
Doob.
Right.
Doob.
And you're from this area? She writes all of it, and then turns it around. I need you to sign here.
I do the best I can to scribble.
And then press your finger with the blood on the corner.
So both fingers?
Just one.
Boop.
She folds it up and like sets it back on the table, and it starts to like, you watch it as it slowly starts to dissipate. And then she, so this will be the most painful part.
Oh God.
And she picks up a different, like, this dagger looks really awkward. The blade is not straight. And she, I need your forearm.
I give her the same arm. I'm just like,
And this time it's like an actual, like, cut, but it's not a deep cut. And when she cuts you, all of a sudden you see in your arm, it lights up green. And runes start to appear across your arm, and then they dissipate. And as soon as they dissipate, the wound starts to heal.
Mm.
And she's, "You're fully registered now. Congratulations for joining us."
Thank you. What were the runes
This is not gonna
about?
be good.
You can't read them. Unless you're can read 9th level spells, you're
No.
pretty much out of luck.
Ooh, not yet.
Now I want to look at what spell it was.
It's not a spell, it's
Oh,
not a
okay.
spell in D&D.
Okay.
I will put it that way.
Yes, the 9th level spell, registration.
You wait a couple of more minutes.
Mm-hmm.
A very thin, balding fellow comes in,
Oh.
and he opens the door, and he's got his face in a book or something to the likes, and when he comes in, he doesn't even look at you or anything else. He turns, shuts the door, and flips the page, and then he finally looks up and Did she do any of your preliminaries?
She put the glasses on and said that she would need somebody else and that you wouldn't like me.
No paperwork.
No, sir.
He touches the table. A sheet of paper comes up, and name,
Sigrund Stonerum.
your giant. North, west. Wait. Mountains that way, plains, or river?
The village of Eastall to the west.
He writes it down. And
Sorry, Esthallo.
he
I think that's how we determined that we'd pronounce it.
He reaches over, grabs the glasses, and looks at you, and then he sets them back down and grabs one of the daggers, and he hand out, and this is not a nice pinprick.
Nope.
You actually do take a point of damage
Mm-hmm.
as he stabs into your finger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And he takes the paper that he's got, and he takes your hand and puts your finger on the paper,
Mm-hmm.
and he just sets the paper back down then, and it folds up, and now, and he grabs the weird dagger, and still holding your arm, he slices into it.
Mm-hmm.
This is... You take 3 slashing damage,
Ouchie.
and you watch this as a similar thing happens with the green writing pops up on your forearm. But this time, due to the fact of how much damage he did, it does not fully heal. So you gain 1 HP back. And you're registered. I hope you live a short life, and I don't have to deal with you again. And he puts the dagger down and walks out,
May I?
and shuts the door.
Okay then, I go ahead and cast Cure Wounds. If there's a whale that gets dropped on this building, fuck it. That's an 11 on the dice.
Okay.
It's double ones, just 2 of them. Fuck that prig.
life, huh?
Mm-hmm. Ow.
At least she warned you.
So Charlie and Nicola, you've been let go, and basically you sat out. Did you wait for Sigurd?
Yeah.
You waited a few minutes, and you get to watch as the man comes down the hallway. He never pays attention to you. He opens the door. He goes in. You can't hear anything on the other side of the door. The door opens again. He abruptly shuts it, and he takes off down the hallway again.
I remember to Nicola, what's his problem?
And after a couple of seconds, the door opens and out comes Sigurd.
Are you okay?
Yep.
You seem like an ass.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, you run into those.
There's some chunk missing out of my tattoo.
The rest of the day is yours.
I think we need to go and work on a robot, ma'am.
Yeah, probably. Did they tell you what kind of caster you were?
Nope.
Me either.
Would I be able to tell them?
I was given an inclination by redheaded lady. Redheaded elf, rather. That's all I got. But while you can be working on your robot, automaton, whatever. Automaton. Or automabits. Nicola might be able to start copying spells. I can head to the library.
Well,
Since we still got the rest of the day.
It's called a steel defender.
It's an automaton.
So that's hat, components, and registration done. Sieg doesn't really have anything. He can go to the library and start researching on Life Stealer. What you guys want to do? Do-do-do-do-do-do.
well, unless I can copy over the cantrips for free, I can't really copy anything over at the moment.
Cantrips can be copied over for free.
Okay. But it probably takes time still.
Yeah, it still takes time. The downfall is you can't learn the cantrips until your character can learn a new one.
I guess we're going to the library? Library, not library.
The library. To the library.
I think the library would be the best bet.
To the Rook's Respite.
To what?
To the Rook's Respite.
Hey, we remembered something.
Yay!
Or you read something.
No, he remembered. He didn't look it
And
up.
it's not the respite.
Damn it. The Rook's what?
Preserve.
Yeah, Rook's Preserve.
I don't know why I was thinking it was R&R.
No.
Are you in need for some R&R at the library?
I need some rest and pee.
This is RP.
It is RP.
So, you make it to the library. Again, greeted by a person who's willing to help you
I'm glad there's no bigotry at the library.
find what you need. What exactly are you looking for?
Information on the Life Stealer.
Where would you like to look for this?
No idea.
History.
History books and lore, I would think.
Yeah.
Okay. They send you to the designated floor that they think it might be in.
Third.
Yep, third floor.
I remembered that one.
Oh, you just pulled that out of like against the floor.
No, they
Oh,
yeah,
okay, okay.
they've actually been to the library before.
Oh, okay. There's actual floors. All right, cool. Cool.
Yeah.
There's like
I'm
a
proud of
lot.
myself.
Okay, cool.
It's huge.
Thank you, the Library of Congress.
Yeah, but I was just like, you're just like, I'm gonna go.
That place
Like-
is so cool.
There's one that's even better. I can't remember it.
So you make it to the library, you go up to the third floor. Is everybody going to the third floor?
That depends. Is that where I can that's where I could find the or was that fourth floor? The books on making automatons and stuff like that.
I know the one that we were looking for that the gnome had was on this floor because that was the history of implements used in slavery.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit on the third floor and a little bit on the fourth floor, and there's some in the basement.
Okay. I'll go with the third floor then.
Okay.
Start there.
Nicola's gonna succeed in finding out more.
Okay. So, I need investigation rolls. Sieg, you get to roll with advantage since Nicola is helping you. Charlie, I
Unless you
need...
want to be assisting me.
Yeah! I'd much rather that. I have them just in case. There we go.
You just roll standard. And what exactly are you looking
17.
Building of automaton.
for? Okay.
Yeah. Like those really good ones that we were fighting.
Maybe one that when it wears up, it spits flame out.
Investigation.
14.
14? Okay. With a 14, you are able to find a couple of books. You do have a librarian to ask some questions to. The librarian knows a little bit about automatons, so they can point you in the right direction for some of the books. On the other hand, for the life stealer, the librarian is just as confused. They point you to a couple of books of old lore that they're not very comfortable with, but they know that if anything, it might be in there.
Within a span of 1,000 years, probably.
At
Exactly.
least 1,000 years.
Yeah.
And for the automatons, there are multiple books that, like I said, that they bring out for you, describing how to make different types of automatons. They even get into some of them where they're not necessarily an automaton as much as using magic to infuse into rock and clay to make creatures that live.
Is there anything about humans being used for automaton?
Do you ask about that?
Yes.
Why is a 12-year-old asking about that? That's so macabre.
The librarian
What is
looks
wrong
at you
with you,
funny
child?
and goes, that's not on this floor.
Which floor? What?
That's the restricted section.
I will need to see your pass from the college.
I have to get Nicola to help me. Well, I don't actually have one for the college, so.
But I just got registered.
Yeah. Okay, then I guess I'll just read the ones that are like clay and stuff first.
Okay. It does have how to do actual mechanical automatons as well. There's multiple books, like I said. The ones talking about clay are definitely more of the golem style, where you are using magic to infuse. The book is not fully detailed. It talks about how you actually need to shape everything, but it does not give you the actual spells you need to cast to do it.
Okay.
For you guys on the Life Stealer, a 17 is what you rolled?
Yes.
Okay. With a 17, you do find a couple of mentions of the Life Stealer in the book. The Life Stealer appeared in the time frame of the Dark Lord.
is the Dark
It is not the Dark Lord.
It's
The Life Stealer was used as... Shouldn't say used. They were a general for the Dark Lord.
I'm gonna write this stuff down even though I'm not here.
They were known for multiple campaigns. Part of the reason that the name Life Stealer was given to them as their moniker. No one knows their real name anymore. Even the people that knew of them during the time frame that they were around, they were just referred to as the Life Stealer. There were other monikers that were used at the same time frame, such as Soul Catcher, Widowmaker, the Limper, things like that. These are all names of generals or people of high astound with the Dark Lords, whether part of the military or part of his reign.
After we got the different monikers, I'd like to try and start looking for any other mentions of those monikers.
Most of the mentions that... give me another roll, because that's a different...
Yep. Hey! I think that's a dirty 20. Dirty 20.
With a 20, you're able to find... most of the names have been listed as being deceased. Defeated in battles, when the Dark Lord was overthrown, and so forth. 3 of the names were... the generals were never found. Life Stealer, Soul Catcher, and Widowmaker.
Thinking back on when we were in the mausoleum, were there 3 distinct voices talking to each other from we know as Life Stealer?
There were more than 3.
Oh.
Well, Nicola said there was some people. There was one. Was it just the guy?
It was one body, but
Yeah.
It was one body that had multiple voices.
Okay.
so I'm like, if all 3 are now in one body, just Jekyll and hiding each other.
Mhm.
Known encampments, known stations, like the equivalent, like this general is over Fort Knox.
Soul Catcher was the key to Soul Catcher, and the reason that Soul Catcher is lost at the point is Soul Catcher was the head of a new naval division. There were supposed to be ships that had things that nobody had ever seen before that never arrived. And Soul Catcher was never seen, and the ship was never seen.
Fucking pirates. We might get to go on a boat.
So Nicola is a freaking sailor.
Yep.
And that's the only notable mention.
That's the only notable mention about Soul Catcher, because Soul Catcher has been missing since.
Soul Catcher, Life Stealer, Widowmaker were the ones that were never found.
Yep. Widowmaker has popped up a few times, but always on the continent of Atheris.
Okay.
Never seen off of that continent.
Okay.
Spending most of its time in the Necros area.
And Life Stealer, this is the first time anybody's seen.
Life Stealer is mentioned to have been seen all around the world. Popping up at odd times and odd places with no sense or reason. Sometimes when they appear, things. It's during major movements, whether capital's being destroyed or things like that. But there's also some sightings of them just like, and it's very easy to. All three of them have similar descriptions because it does describe them in the book. They all wear black leather with a silver mask, and the mask is different for each. But that was a thing for all of the Black Lord's major followers, where he made it very uniform for his generals, where you could see them.
Sounds like Death Eaters.
To an extent.
I was
I
thinking
mean-
ring wraiths.
Well, the reason why I say Death Eaters is because in Harry Potter, the Death Eaters all wore silver masks.
I was thinking the ring wraiths.
Oh yeah, from Lord of the Rings.
The name of the ship that is missing was the Wraith.
Of course it is.
No, I had to go and
That's fucking weird.
I had to look it up because I had to go onto the wiki to because I have it wrote up already.
Would I have heard of any rumors of such ships?
You would. The Wraith is considered a legendary ship that appears out of nowhere, destroys other ships, and then disappears.
It's a ghost ship.
It is. The only people that ever talk about it,
Black Flag.
it's one of those a friend of
Yeah.
a friend of a friend type thing.
Yeah.
So it's never been a direct like I saw. It's always been there was this one guy who came sailing in on a dinghy, shit like that. Where the-
Black Pearl
Yeah,
rumors.
it is.
Okay,
It's the-
so you got that too.
Yeah.
What if he kills everyone and destroys everything in its path and then disappears without a trace? How is there anyone alive who would have seen it?
and
I'll
it-
counter your logic with more logic.
yeah, but it's the few people that it is the like it's a rumor of one person or two people that survived, and it's always a tale of a full crew coming out of nowhere, destroying the ship, taking everything, and like the only reason we survived was we hid under on the at so and so, and then like stowed away at the last second before.
We flipped the dinghy and walked.
But it's still not even the story of we. It's I heard he did this to get away, and you're like, that just sounds stupid. But there's so many stories of it that it has to be somewhat true. And that's for you as a pirate or as a sailor, like those weird.
Right.
I was about to say, oh ho ho! We learned something different about Nicola.
No,
Be cool if he's a pirate.
he might be. I don't know.
Hey, if he was, it would actually make sense on why he doesn't give a shit that I'm not human.
So, what do you got? Anything else you're looking for?
Well, since I'm not finding anything about using that human stuff in anything, I go to Nicola and I'm like, so, I need your help.
What do you need?
So there's this restricted section that I'm looking for to see if there's any way that I can make golems with human bodies, and he
Human
said I
beef.
needed a college ID.
Would I have the appropriate pass for this?
You don't know.
Cool. We'll find out.
Before you leave,
Let's try it. Yes.
Before you leave, can I have all the paperwork that we found in the office with the warehouse?
Sure.
All right.
Whatever Vestal had.
Oh yeah, and Whistle's with us too.
Mhm.
Going over the directions and following it back, Is there ever a place that it starts at the docks?
No.
Damn. Because it looked like it was just a delivery. And then head to there. I'm trying to figure out where the starting point is so we can backtrack to there.
Give me an investigation check.
Ooh. Ooh.
2.
Get no hits from me.
That was terrible.
It went from a 19 to a 1.
So, as you're going over all of this, Nicola and Charlie have started to try to go down to the restricted area. Whistle comes up to you, Sigurd, and like pulls on your
He sees me having a nosebleed.
tunic,
Yes, Whistle.
and he's holding a book, and he points to a symbol on the book.
What's the symbol?
It looks oddly familiar to you.
I've seen a lot of symbols, yo.
Whistle, he like pulls on your tugs on your backpack.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if he was wanting me to get up and follow him or what.
He points to the symbol and tugs on your backpack again.
I take my backpack off.
Then he starts digging through your backpack,
Mm-hmm.
and he pulls out this ornate scabbard.
The one that you've been.
Yeah.
And he points to the there's a spot on the scabbard, and he points and he holds it up to the book.
Open. Flip, 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 flip. Flip, 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 flip.
It's a book about a long lost dwarven
That fucking place, man.
but it's talking about an old dwarven smith that used to make stuff years ago that was considered to be, some thought he would be a new saint up until the point that the Black Lord took over. No one knows where his forge was, and all of his stuff has been lost.
The more and more we go over this, the more and more I want to go out to that area to see if we can find that fucking lost fortress. Knowing that Whistle, as a player, knowing Whistle may or may not do a fucking thing with this information, I start going over with him everything that I've found with the maps and the hints that we've gotten and stuff like that.
Okay. Nicola, as you tell the librarian what you're looking for, and they require you to show your college papers. They look over your papers and they're like, "You're allowed to go in, but the other is not."
Just tell me everything.
Just give me the information.
And I get it wrong.
Fucking gremlin.
Precious information.
What floor are we on now?
You're
in the basement.
Okay,
Same place that he went to when he was looking up.
is there other sections I'm allowed to go to that are in the basement for automaton stuff?
No.
Okay. I knew I had to go to the restricted section.
So are you gonna go and look at?
We'll take a look and try and get this info for Charlie.
Okay.
Little gremlin. Sorry, that made me giggle a little bit.
Okay, so they take you into a section and they sit you down in a spot and they do not let you wander through. They go and find the book and they bring it to you and they set it down in front of you and a person basically sits behind you as you go through this book.
Right. Am I allowed to take notes?
No.
You are reading the manual of flesh golems. Have fun, you macabre goth prince, you.
We all know why I look, Trey. Why I'm looking for this stuff, right?
Because I brought up, hey, maybe check for doing that with flesh.
No, because...
Right when I was about to say that from what Lifestealer was fucking with, you said it.
Yeah.
Where I was like, I'm so proud.
If it's bad magic, then he's a bad person.
Okay.
Well, we kind of assumed that.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm trying to find my notes on this.
So he has notes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything that we may have missed.
It kind of makes me think.
Okay. A lot of what you were reading has been redacted.
Oh, fun.
There is, and it is basically, you can tell from the way that this is a newer book.
Mm.
And it's probably one that has been copied, and whatever was not supposed to have been released to other people that's where they went back through and inked over spots.
Sweet.
The book that they have given you is a small history on the Wild Mage War.
Ooh.
And it talks about some of the different generals for both sides of the Wild Mage War. But the one that catches your attention, and it is because you're looking specifically for golems that use flesh,
Mm.
is what is referred to as in the text the crisis. The crisis were made by Cyril the Mad Blussburn. He created golems that had their own ability to think and make decisions. They were supposed to be the perfect things for war. No one knows how he made them. And they are assumed to all have been destroyed when the calamity happened during the Wild Mage War.
What was the guy's name again?
Cyril the Mad Blussburn.
There's a dungeon under one of the largest cities in the world that he may be living in.
Hey.
It'd be the dungeon of the mad.
So when we ran across the Lifestealer, was it the automaton that was attacking us that had the flesh, or was Lifestealer working on something?
He was working on something with flesh.
He was working with something. He was messing with blood, and I was assuming he was doing something terrible with a person.
Right.
There were also metal parts.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to remember. I couldn't quite remember if he was messing with that automaton. Beat
No.
our asses.
The one that attacked us was solid steel.
Cool.
Yeah, welcome to me going through a notebook and fucking printouts. I'm like, it's somewhere in here.
Great. So over the weekend, just in the house while I'm working, it's going to be playing our series nonstop over and over and over again to see what pieces of information I've missed.
They were destroyed after the calamity.
During the calamity.
Deary.
So the calamity is what caused the waste.
Okay.
And that's all that it's ever referred to as, is the calamity of the Wild Mage War.
Excuse me.
I guess once I get everything I can, or read everything I can, I'll say thank you, I'm done, and head out.
The person closes up the book behind you, and before you leave, they actually search you.
I like their style. Can't trust those wizards.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It's okay. In 2 levels, I can reanimate your corpse.
Oh.
You guys have been waiting. Well, Sigurd and Whistle have been busy reading about a Dwarven forge. You have been sitting there like waiting for Nicola for about an hour.
Yeah.
I'd also like to find fundamentals of enchanting.
Fundamentals of enchanting.
Do you, specifically, does the object you're trying to enchant have to be completely made before the enchantment is able to be set?
Um,
I don't, like, if somebody can just give me that answer, I don't even have to see the book. Because it might be taboo for me to look at the book.
Now you have a tattoo now, so not so much.
But I'm not a part of the college.
that is very correct. And trying to remember.
And I have that nice gash scar on my arm. Well, not scar, but missing section of my tattoo where runes are now.
Well, the runes aren't there anymore.
Yeah. But if they do like the little UV light and go, oh, look, they are real.
Is that how that works?
don't
No, I
fucking
think they
know.
just cast a magic spell.
The reason I'm looking for these,
Mhm.
we know that they're made by gnomes, enchanted by elves. We have yet to find a complete one that's not being sold at the shop.
Okay.
So if they have to be fully constructed, then enchanted, the construction's still being done in the city.
Good question.
And we have a bunch of addresses that we can go to check to see if they have elves that are enchanting.
The answer about the enchantment stuff
Mm-hmm.
is available for you to read. But I'm going to have to like actually look up how that works myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Because
cannot give you that
if
answer
the
right now.
answer is no, it doesn't, none of what I'm thinking matters. Because I'm still at the exact same place I'm at.
Doo-doo-doo.
The gnomes specifically don't have to be a part of it now. If all the pieces are there, you just have to have somebody that tinkers to put them together. But the elves are the ones that are doing the enchanting. So then if we just continue going through the list and we find somebody that has elves in their employ or are an elf doing this, we know where they're coming from now. Or we know where we can get more information about where they're coming from. Because we're supposed to find out where they're coming from and why. Which is what Bjark wants us to find out.
Do-do-do.
In the middle of going over all the information that I found about the fortress with Whistle, my head just kind of pops and I leave the table to go find this out. He goes, okay.
Um. In the DMG and Xanathars.
I'm looking at Xanathars now.
DMG! Welcome to, they hit me with a thing that I'm completely lost on.
Which means it wasn't the right question to ask.
That is correct.
Which means it doesn't even matter.
No, it matters a little bit.
We tripped up the DM. That never happens.
You know, it happens a lot. Don't give people the false thought that it doesn't happen.
Oh, I haven't seen anybody tripped up this bad though.
I've had a couple of times where I've had this like weird, like it's always a weird question like that that makes you go, what? Okay.
This also helps Sieg if he ever wants to learn how to enchant.
Is that what you're planning to do with that sword scabbard?
No, actually.
The material components must be at hand throughout the process. Multiple people can combine their efforts to create an item, but they both must meet the level so that they can meet the prerequisites. Must be during the entire crafting process.
So they have to be done together.
Yes.
Which means theoretically they can... No, because we found the warehouse with partially constructed. That still had rooms on it. But when it's finished being completed...
It didn't have the runes on it.
Oh, it didn't?
There was no runes you could see.
Not that I can see, but I also botched the fuck out of that roll.
Yeah.
Which means that could have just been regular beetles. Well, if anything, we still have a list of addresses that we can go and see.
And I have.
Thank you, kind GM.
Yep. So what do you guys plan to do?
When he comes out, I ask him about what he finds out as we're walking away.
Explain.
Basically, list out everything that I found.
And do you mention dude's name?
Yes.
Then I'm like, where can we find any more information on this guy?
Here.
Which section?
Also, Sieg is excitedly nerding about what Whistle found. Been trying to give Whistle a hug the entire time. Thank you.
You can just pat him on the head.
Nope. This requires hug.
Shall we go find Sieg and them?
Oh, I thought you
Yep.
did that when we all met up.
Yeah, no, we.
My bad.
Yeah.
So we go find you, and then I was like, so I thought about this, and I was telling you what I thought about, and then I told you guys what he said to me about what he found out because I wasn't allowed in the section.
And then I give you information puke on what all I found.
You okay over there?
Sieg isn't looking like this. This is just me.
No. No, like the overexcited thing. That's why I was asking.
You would know this has been Sieg's pet project since he met you.
Mm-hmm.
Since before.
Yeah. Did you know a name of the dude?
Nope.
Not mentioned in the book?
Yes.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
I just knew it was really good dwarf who was...
Yeah, sorry. Let me get your name. Scrolling.
Would he be under the ward domain?
He didn't ever get to ascend.
I know,
that
but
we
like,
know of.
what saint would he be for?
He would probably be under the knowledge domain.
Knowledge? So fast. And I figured because he was a smith that it would be a war domain.
Well, crafting is also under knowledge.
Oh, okay.
And a smith doesn't always make weapons and armor. Smith also makes nails and horseshoes.
Gotcha, sorry.
Sieg's primary source of income, nails and horseshoes.
Durgeddon.
Durgeddon.
Durgeddon the Smith.
Well, now we have 2 names to look up.
Well, he's already gotten most of the information about Durgeddon
Okay.
that he could.
Then I would like to find more information on cereal.
Oh, Cyril?
Yeah.
So,
Lucky
yeah.
Charms, they're really good, but they're very unhealthy.
There is no information on Cyril. Like, I mean,
None at all.
I do not care if you roll a natural 20. You are not finding any more information on Cyril.
Okay.
Like that's how much he has been wiped from the books.
Gotcha.
So we have the walkway to get to the mausoleum. And it started at the warehouse?
No,
Oh.
that was part of the reason Whistle.
We found it right in the middle. Oh.
Whistle had to take you to, like, he recognized one of the landmarks
Mm-hmm.
that it talked about, and it's using a landmark that anybody can find, which also puts it to where this is a random spot in the city. We picked it on purpose so that nobody knows where to start, unless they have the map.
Gotcha.
So we can reverse track from the map.
Right.
Go to the very start.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you did. You started from the very beginning.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You started from the, like, random landmark that anybody can go, oh, the sign with the chicken that's getting its head cut off.
Okay.
And go 5 blocks, make a left.
Okay. My bad.
That's the...
When you said we had started in the middle, we were already from where we were in the middle of the map. We restarted and then went.
Yeah.
Okay. And that doesn't help. Unless we go into the place with the sign with the chicken getting his head cut off.
I mean, we could.
We can also check out all the addresses.
Yeah, we could do that. There's like 12 of them.
I know.
Probably want to check these out in the nighttime where you can break and enter and actually go looking for shit.
That's illegal.
Well, it's still an option.
Can't do that. Took an oath.
I didn't.
You didn't, but you're not going alone.
Don't go alone. Take this.
It's fine. Listen to the cat.
I could also just go with Crusher or Whistle.
Whistle's not going anywhere near danger anymore. I don't want more scolding.
Not without going and hiring somebody. You are taken for that bird.
And you better be nice or I'm taking that ring and giving it to Whistle.
I'm always nice to Whistle.
I was just saying nice in general.
Oh, sorry. That's impossible for me.
So no plans currently?
No.
Well, then that's where we're going to end it tonight. And you guys need to think about where the hell you want to go.
What the fuck
Like,
am I
what you
missing?
want to do. You might not be missing anything. It might be open-ended. You know, called a sandbox for a reason.
We go where the light tells us.
For those watching at home, thank you guys so much. Hit that like and subscribe button. Come on over to Twitch, hit that follow button. That way you can join us live when we're getting into all of our craziness, and you can join us in this D&D as we're doing it. Thank you guys again. I'm Shinigami Tabris, also known as Boomer. Hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, wherever you are. And until next time, everyone, peace.